for like horror, like especially like when the rating system is a lose-lose situation.
Right.
Because like your intention is to scare people, but if you scare them too much, they're gonna be like, I didn't like this movie.
Ouchie, no.
No, it scared me. It's like that's the point. That's the point.
Hey, you dummies.
Fucking idiot. 6 out of 10. What do you mean?
Cry?
Well, boys.
What are you gonna cry?
You're gonna cry, little baby.
Hereditary was a 7 out of 10 because it made me sad. Yeah, that's the movie's about generational trauma.
Sorry.
I didn't like when the mom slammed her head against the ceiling.
Anyway.
It was too much for me to take.
That's our...
Grow up.
Yeah.
Grow up.
Fuck.
You good, Doug?
Yeah, sorry.
Swallow this.
Welcome back. God damn it. Welcome back to Reasonably Afraid. It's episode The Number Doesn't Matter. We're happy to have you here, guys.
Zach's stuck in the habit of saying the number, but now since I've been editing it, we can't say the number.
Yeah. I mean, part of me is tempted to leave it in so you have to do something.
Oh, you're just going to make me do more work? Is that what you want from me?
As if he doesn't do a ton of work. That was my favorite line from the last episode. Oh, don't worry. He'll not take it out because he doesn't want to do any work.
Oh, you think I listen to this podcast? I do. I have to.
Yeah. We hope you guys have been enjoying the podcast. We've been having a super fun time doing it. Real quick, we got to shout out our top tier Patreon member.
Oh yeah,
our friend Kelly. Thank you so much for the socks.
Kelly.
Thank you for the monthly money for all of us, but the socks for me. Which camera gets this one? Look,
yeah, that one.
They actually have. It's grippy socks, which is perfect for horror fans. I feel like. You know?
Yeah. What are you doing there?
Just clapping. But I didn't want to distract. Thanks, Kelly.
Grippy socks is what they give you when you attempt to kill yourself.
That was the horror fan joke.
Oh, okay. I didn't think it was explicit enough. So
We're all fucking lucky brained. Anyway, shout out to you. Thank you so much for paying our bills and buying me socks.
Yeah.
Yeah. She came to the DC shows, and so I gave her some puzzles and some koozies, you know.
All of this equipment is financed, so it does actually help.
Yes. Also, an exclusive feature we added to our Patreon is you guys can do a 7-day free trial. And so if you want to see our bonus episodes, you can do that for free. And then as long as you don't do like the one guy did, use a card that you know is going to decline. Smart plan. I wish I had thought of it. I don't know. Why haven't we thought of this? This is a great idea.
Oh, yeah. We should do that with the subscriptions that we watch the movies on.
Yeah. We all have like 90 subscriptions.
A lot of places I thought they charge it to see. They test it, right?
Yeah. Sometimes they put a hold. Like a $1 hold or something.
You might have gotten like, I mean, I know I've done it. I've tried it. Sometimes if I know I'm about to cancel the card.
Yeah.
I mean, he's smart. Sorry, he's smarter than you. So
yeah. He fucking got us, dude.
I mean, whoever he is, I'm not mad. Like at the end of the day, he wasn't going to probably pay that, so it's fine. You got the Beetlejuice episode for free. Good for you.
Yeah, good job.
Respect.
I'll be honest with you. It's about a free's worth of entertainment.
I'm kind of flattered.
I'm just kidding.
I'm kind of flattered that he listened to like an episode. He was like, I have to get this Beetlejuice episode by any means. Fuck yeah, dude.
He used this old Visa card.
He did crime.
He committed crimes to listen to us.
Yeah. Well, today, before we hop into the episode, today we are going to be talking about, it's our back to school special. So we got,
you know, kids have been back to school. Well, I mean, depending where you are, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And also, we got lives. We can't shoot around, when your kid goes back to school.
Yeah, it was like August.
It would
late
be funny.
August, yeah.
Late August.
Yeah, it's fine.
This is still back to school era, right? Right?
Yeah, anybody who just started, especially like if you just started high school, like in the last 2 weeks, you're probably not like, oh, the first day, the second week. Like, it's all pretty new for a while for you.
Yeah.
You know? It takes a while to shake it off. You know?
This is still relevant for you. You need this.
Yeah.
I haven't been to school in a long time. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Watch a lot of YouTube tutorials, though.
About going to school?
But how to do it?
Yeah, how to do it. I feel like I walked in not knowing how to.
Sure.
And that was my mistake.
Wait, when you went?
That's true. He was so bad at it, they told him he couldn't come back.
You can't come back. I was like, because I'm so bad at it. And they're like, because you have a knife on you.
It was just
You
a
can't
show
bring
off.
that here.
Well, anyway, it's our back to school special. So we're talking about two very fun movies about high school kids dealing with horror. And that, of course, is The Faculty, Robert Rodriguez film from 1998, and Freaky from 2020, I think, right?
Is it 2020?
I think it was 2020. I think
Holy
it came
shit.
out. Yeah. Let me, I have it all written down, apparently.
Well, I can grab
Let's-
my iPad if we need to look shit up.
Yeah, there it is, 2020. How about that?
There
Yeah,
you
so
go.
that's
If you
because
do.
that's what Zach told me, and I think that makes it the newest movie we've seen, right?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
I think Midsommar was 2020, wasn't it?
Let's see.
Or maybe right before. It's probably 2019.
2019.
Yeah.
2019. Yeah, that's the most
On my
recent
phone,
movie
I
we've
can
done.
Google things right now. If you guys
yeah.
need me to Google anything, let me know.
Yeah. Get in the comments if you need whatever. I'm not kidding. Whatever you want Sean to Google, we'll put it on the next
Go
episode.
Google it for
I'll
you.
Google it.
So before we hop into
Even
those
though
movies,
it takes you more time to comment than it does to Google.
No, but it's good. I'm more efficient than you, so it's fine.
That's true.
It's like I'm really good at Googling things.
yeah,
I know.
you'll
Yeah.
have to wait 2 weeks or whatever.
No, but
Sean's,
I
Sean's
can-
good at researching.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll like know the right words to use. So go ahead and like let me know.
So before we hop in, did want to mention we had a little break. We banked a bunch of episodes for you guys because we all got lives and everything.
I hardly knew how to fucking turn on the like microphones. I was just like, wait, how the fuck did I do this again?
Yeah, it's only been what, 2 weeks?
Has it?
Yeah, I think it's only been like 2 weeks, but it was a long 2 weeks. I was on the road. You were you did HHN in
I
Orlando
was very drunk.
and doing some Florida shows.
A lot of Florida drunkenness. I did some Florida shows. It was more about Halloween Horror Nights, and we'll have episodes about that too because I want to get into that shit. I love like haunts.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If you want to see some HHN fun, join the Patreon. Hey.
Yeah, I'll put stuff on my page and stuff like that too. But
Yeah.
we're gonna have Patreon episodes about Halloween Horror Nights, and we're gonna finally get fucking Zach into a Halloween Horror Nights.
I mean,
we
I've
can.
been. It's been a while.
Yeah.
He keeps saying it like I've never been. Fucking. Anyway.
When did you go?
Yeah. When did you
Well,
go?
the last time I went, I mean, it's well over a decade, probably.
No, dude.
Oh yeah.
You need to see. You have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. The set building is better,
Wait.
but
Hold on. When's the last time you went?
have you ever been?
No, but I've done my research.
He did his own research.
Oh yeah, dude.
And
We got to get Sean in HHN this year.
so you were getting drunk doing comedy in Florida.
I
and
fell in the bathroom
going to Halloween Horror Nights.
in front of a bunch of people. I have a bump on my arm now.
And again,
Didn't need to say
Patreon. No. I was on the road doing the shows. Sean started a big boy job, so if you're wondering why Sean looks so tired, it's the weight of adulthood.
Oh, it's so heavy.
Turner, our producer, is barely awake. Also, he's been busy
Good.
being a fucking asshole.
Yeah, we almost didn't record because of you.
Well, if it wasn't for all the money he puts into the podcast, Turner's the
Turner
money.
works relentlessly on this podcast.
I want to make a meme or something where he has like a businessman suit on, do like an AI Turner, where he's he's the money. I love that idea.
Yeah,
I do too.
So anyway, so you boys feeling ready? I think we're ready for another episode.
I think we've shaken off the rust a little bit.
Yeah. Sean, how you feeling?
Good. I'm raring to go.
You know
and scene.
I'll take it because I have to.
Honestly, I feel like we usually like derail the podcast for like 10 minutes before we get started.
Yeah.
And this is like the fastest we've gotten into like a movie.
Yeah, there's a reason for that. I've been trying to get us to be listenable to other people that aren't our friends.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're fucking ridiculous.
I think we're getting better though.
Yeah.
Like I've been listening to myself. I've been listening back. I'm seeing my problems. I know it.
This will be a good palate cleanser from the Chad episode.
Oh yeah.
By far our funniest episode, and by far the most annoying if you're actually wanting to learn anything about a movie.
The what?
We talked about things.
About the thing. Don't do this. Don't do this.
Nah, I won't.
So our first film that we're hopping into is, of course, The Faculty from 1998, directed by Robert Rodriguez. Written by none other than 90s horror sensation
Chris Landon.
What?
Was I close?
Who's Chris Landon?
You were close. You were so close.
Really?
No, it's Kevin Williamson. And I think
I was trying to remember.
They're very different names.
yeah. I think Sean is now completely versed in the Kevin Williamson verse.
Yeah, I know his shit.
Because
Kevin Williamson?
Well, Kevin Williamson wrote Scream.
He wrote Scream.
yeah,
he
that's
wrote I Know You Did Last Summer.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I mean, and that's about it.
He
And The
wrote Faculty?
Yeah.
And The Faculty.
What?
Yep. Now, this movie was actually going to be Kevin Williamson's directorial debut.
This guy's 2 for 3 right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was the one?
Oh, I know what you did last summer.
I'll be like, okay.
It almost creates a negative, but I'll give him his wins.
Well, he had originally written this for himself to direct, but because he's a screenwriter and an actor,
He's an actor?
He's an actor. Yeah. Yeah.
He was in this?
No.
What was he
I
in?
don't think so. I don't have time to look him up
Nah,
right
you let
now.
me into that.
Look him up. Look him up,
yeah,
Sean.
go ahead and Google him,
Look him
Sean.
up. Yeah. I need to know this. What was his name again?
Kevin Williamson, or
Kevin
some people call him Chris Landon. It depends on that's his stage name.
Yeah.
So because he had been working on some other projects, he actually decided that he was going to hand off this script to Robert Rodriguez.
Ooh.
To direct.
Yeah. Which is a good pick.
Yeah. Oh my God. I mean, Robert Rodriguez, definitely one of my favorite directors.
Really? Robert Rodriguez?
Oh yeah. He's
got some bangers. Yeah, he's got some bangers, dude.
Desperado, Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
Ooh, I forgot about Once Upon a Time in Mexico, dude.
Yeah, man.
I was one of my favorite movies when I was a kid. I love Johnny Depp like shooting the cook.
Yeah.
Like it was such a
Him
stupid
walking down
thing.
the street with his eyes missing.
Just like shooting. Dude, what a great movie.
This meal is so good. I'm gonna go back in that kitchen and I'm gonna kill that chef. And then he does. You never
Every
saw it, huh?
time.
No, I never seen that.
That's okay.
I
That's a
don't
good
get it.
movie.
It's rude, dude. What the
So
fuck?
Kevin Williamson has
I
worked
kind
on.
of didn't get the logic, if I'm being honest.
We don't need to.
Yeah.
We're another time.
Yeah, we have 2 movies to talk about.
Kevin Williamson has worked on other projects, but his mainstays are Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Mm-hmm.
But this one was one of his it's not in his usual film verse because I could be wrong. I think he wrote all the Screams and the first 2 I Know What You Did Last Summers, but then they started going around to I'll always know what you did last summer. That sort of thing. That's when they started to go straight to video,
Yeah.
But yeah, so he was the man though. I mean, he
Fucking Kevin Landon crushing it, dude.
Dude. No, Chris Williamson.
Chris, that's right. Yeah. This film was shot mostly in Lockhart, Texas. It was also shot for exteriors, and the interiors was shot at I think it was a school for the deaf in Austin.
Oh,
so
bit of foreshadowing.
Yeah. You want to explain that at all, or
Because people died in the movie.
Yeah, that's what I
they're
kind of
deaf,
thought he
not
was.
Do
Do you think I said dead?
No, it's just
No.
School for the Deaf.
It's a play on deaf.
School for the Dead actually seems like a pretty cool movie, though.
That's
Write that down. Get Kevin Williamson on the line. I said it right. I paused, made sure I said it right.
You want to not write Scream 9? You fucking
Write School of the Dead. School of Dead. It's like get Jack Black in it. Make him like teach
of
the
the
kids how to embrace dying.
Yeah, he's like a necromancer, and he keeps bringing all their dead classmates back from the dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
What do you mean, all right?
No, it's good. It's good. It's good plot. You know.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
So this movie, when it came out, it did pretty well. Obviously, we'll jump into the rest of that. But this was there's some fun stuff about this. This is Usher's film debut.
Cool.
The very what was that for?
What do you mean? There's a lot to say about Usher, dude.
Yeah.
Oh
Wait,
yeah.
what? Is there?
Yeah, dude. Like
In this movie or generally?
just in general, like especially lately after the whole P Diddy debacle,
Oh, was he involved in that?
he was involved in a lot of it.
No.
He had custody of Justin Bieber
This taints.
when he was like a minor.
Well, at this point, I think he was still a minor. So,
Oh, yeah.
So this version of Usher, we're going to
Was
let
when
off the
P
hook.
Diddy had custody of him.
Wait,
Yeah. P Diddy had custody of Usher at some point as
During
well,
the
and
faculty.
lived with him. Probably during faculty.
do you think
if
this
I'm being honest.
impacted filming?
Possibly.
I mean, maybe.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Diddy had a hand in getting him the role.
You know who else is in this that's way more problematic? Danny Masterson.
Yup.
Yep.
God, this whole this,
No,
yeah.
more problematic than Diddy?
More
Or
problematic
Usher.
than Usher. Dude, random just happened to have Face Off on the other day while I was working. And I'm just sitting there like, doing some editing. And I look up and Danny Masterson is the guy in the car who's getting too aggressive with the daughter in Face Off. So John Travolta like punches the window out and like drags him out of the car.
Yeah.
So Danny Masterson, little foreshadowing right there, huh?
He's been method acting this entire time.
Yeah.
You left a
Yeah,
clue.
this is John Woo's fault for putting him in that car. Okay, let's talk about the movie. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's hard to talk about like old Hollywood without this shit starting to like begin, you know?
Yeah. Well, in the film The Faculty, there's things are not as they seem in this school.
God, I love this movie though.
It was so fun,
It was
right?
so fucking good, dude.
Yeah, it's one of those movies that if you weren't around for it in the 90s, you kind of tell people like, no, you really got to check it out because it looks corny on its face.
Yeah.
But when you really get into it, like it's a lot of fun. The cast is fucking nuts.
The cast is crazy. The cast is crazy.
I mean, the faculty itself of the school is Jon Stewart. It's Famke Jensen, Selma Hayek, Robert Patrick for the T-1000 from Terminator.
Okay, that's where I recognized him. Me and Megan
Yeah.
were like, is he the T-1000? And then when he did the run, I was like, that's him.
Yeah,
Dude, that's him.
and they actually did that as a little like a little wink to the
nod.
fans, like we know you know who this guy is. So that's kind of
Oh,
cute.
we got to do Terminator at some point.
Yeah. And then of course, when they introduce all the students right beforehand, you got Josh Hartnett, you got Elijah Wood.
Yep.
I mean it's crazy how many people that go ahead, Sean. You're just counting? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You know what's funny is watching Sean's reaction to like 90s culture stuff. Where they're like, because the way they open the movie bullying Elijah Wood,
Yeah.
or where they open the credit sequence, where they're like slapping like all their names on the screen, when they're like Casey, it's after they pick him up and all the jocks throw him in crotch first into a light pole. Well, you couldn't have a more 90s intro with that Dimension Films pop up. And then The Offspring, the kids aren't all right.
Dude, The Offspring was crushing it in the 90s. They had that. Yeah. They had Crazy Taxi. Like, they were fucking crushing it.
Fuck is Crazy Taxi?
You know Crazy Taxi?
No.
On the Dreamcast? Fucking like Offspring was the soundtrack for like Crazy Taxi. Crazy Taxi was also a big arcade game. Any fucking movie theater you walked into in the 90s had a fucking Crazy Taxi booth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
That's wild. That's wild. I swear to God, if I showed you like gameplay of it, you're gonna be like, "Oh, I do remember this."
Yeah, I just don't know.
You just gotta,
the name
you gotta
Crazy.
see it visually.
Fuck you. Also, more fun 90s culture stuff is the opening scene. Is with that football game going or that football practice going on.
Yeah.
And Robert Patrick is that as a coach. He's so intense.
Just losing
his
love
fucking
that.
God fucking damn it. Just like,
What an opening scene, dude.
yeah, just beating the shit out of these kids. I mean,
That was great.
It was so much fun, you know?
Yeah.
And he literally, like, I mean, the kid does a pretty normal thing in football, you know. He like, what is he like misses a catch or something,
Yeah.
and he just goes ape shit. So you know, Offspring brings us in. You know, we see the intensity of this this school's football coach and the way he is with his students. So we really get the feeling for that character that is going to be the quarterback that we get to know, right? We get to know what kind of pressure he's under, you know, just getting fucking yoked up by fucking T-1000.
I'll be honest,
Stan
Stan was one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, he's fun. Yeah. But then after you know, he dismisses everybody, and you know, he's sitting there just stewing just by himself. Look at this fucking grass. Like, he's just mad about nothing. And he like leans down, and then all of a sudden, you know, there's a little shadow that gets cast on him. Someone approaches him. And then what does he say? He's like, what? Or like, this better be good or something. You know, he does one of those, you know, cheesy lines. Like, what is it? Yeah, what do you want? And then
I think he just says, what?
Yeah. And then but it's very ominous. You know, it's got a little bit of a music attention build. Yeah. And then it just goes to black. And then we move on to the school board meeting where you know, one of the teachers is trying to get some funding for normal things that schools need. And the principal's She's very stern. She's they get the uniforms if they want the uniforms. God damn it. Yeah. And then
there's a football town.
Yeah. Yeah. This is right around the time of Varsity Blues. You know, you got
there's a Saturday Night Fever, Sunday Night Fever. What was it?
What the fuck?
What's the one with the
Friday
one
Night Lights?
Friday Night Lights.
Jesus.
Is it Friday Night Lights?
Did you say Sunday Night Fever?
I don't fucking know. It's one of those football movies. With Al Pacino, where he gives that really like crazy speech.
It's like Friday Night Lights.
Is it Friday Night Lights?
And then Any Given Sunday, and then you mash them all together.
Sunday. What's incredible. That one with the weekday in it?
Oh,
no, that's a weekend.
God. Anybody who's ever seen your set gets this podcast is just proof that like you didn't actually make that stuff up.
No, I confuse this shit all the time.
That's so funny. So anyway, so the school board meeting lets out.
Yeah.
The principal goes walking down the hallway. She says, "Oh no, I forgot she forgets her lesson plan or something."
Yeah,
right?
she forgot her keys.
Was it her keys? Okay.
Yeah, because she left the keys. No,
I think it was her lesson plan. Doesn't matter. She forgets something.
She's a principal. Why would she have a lesson plan? She's not teaching any kids. She's running a fucking joint.
Or some. Doesn't matter. She forgets something. It's a plot device. It doesn't matter what the fucking item is. But she goes back into the school. She runs into the coach, and the coach, something's off about him. You can tell right away, right? And you know, it's coming across as more of like
creepy, a little creepy.
Yeah, a little creepy, little. It looks like maybe. He gonna get a little grapey.
Yeah. But she immediately accuses him of being drunk.
Yeah.
Which was so funny because it was just like.
Because you know that comes from somewhere.
Yeah.
That dude has absolutely shown up drunk, screaming on the field. Which one of you fuckers took my hat?
Yeah.
Well, he's wearing it, you know. But anyway.
How I would be if I was a PE coach. Yeah. 100%.
So she tries she has to break away from him, but then, you know, he chases her. That's when he does the T-1000, I think, right? Is the run after her.
I love the chase where he starts blowing the whistle as he's chasing. It was so funny.
He's miraculously chained the doors shut, even though the meeting just ended. But the doors are chained shut now.
That pissed me off.
And she's trying to get out. Oh, she can't get out. And then she slips through. She gets away from him, and he's sticking his hand out the door, and he's looking at her like, "I'm gonna get you." Yeah. And then the other teacher that's out there, the assistant or whoever, she's out there, and she's like, "Oh, I can't unlock it. I can't help you." She gets through, and she's like, "Oh, thank God you're here." And then she fucking stabs her in the chest with scissors.
Oh yeah, dude.
And then so the assistant or whoever that is, the secretary, stabs her and kills her. But that's not the last we see of the principal.
No.
Dun, dun. Okay.
Her fine ass shows back up, dog.
Yeah. I love the 90s like culture of like, you okay, bud?
Whoa. That Celsius hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love when this 90s thing of like treating the goth girl like they're like making fun of her like she's a lesbian.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It's so funny to look back at, especially considering the other film we're talking about, Freaky, where like there's like this openly gay like character in the movie.
Yeah.
And then, but in the, you know, in the 90s, there's this, they're like, oh, what are you, fucking carpet muncher? And you're like, whoa, dude.
Yeah. It's all right, dude. Relax.
You can make fun of her for being like goth, I guess, but it is.
Well, because her whole thing was that like she was telling people she was gay, so they would leave her alone.
Yeah.
Which was just like, Jesus Christ, dude.
There's this wonderful, yeah, exactly. I'm gay, don't talk to me. That's what I'm going to start saying to people I don't want to talk to.
Yeah.
They just start talking to me. I go, I'm gay.
I'm gay.
Okay.
But you're in Los Angeles, though, so they would just be like, well, I'm gay. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just opening yourself up to a lifestyle.
Yeah, I just go, I'm straight. So Stokely is her name, that character.
Yeah.
The new girl, Beth, the one with the southern accent.
The southern accent.
She shows up and,
I
you know,
didn't
she
trust that bitch as soon as I saw her.
No, she's too nice.
Yeah.
Especially for a southerner.
Yeah, this is a cutthroat world, dog.
Mm-hmm.
But she shows up and she's trying to talk to Stokely and she's trying to be like friendly to her. And, you know, there's this great foreshadowing moment where she says, I know things are tough for everybody. And she says, you know, sometimes you can feel all alone, like being in a new place like this. Sometimes you can just feel like an alien.
Oh.
She's a fucking alien.
Spoiler
Oh, yeah,
alert.
spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, if you haven't seen The Faculty yet, what are you doing watching this?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a great little, like, great little giveaway.
I already knew because I don't trust Southern white women out of experience. They're the first ones to step on your Jordans and call you a bitch.
Whoa. Did she do that in the movie?
No,
I
this
think she
sounds
did.
very personal, and happened to you.
No, I don't want to talk about it.
All right.
I will talk about it in the more further in detail because Freaky also, there's a whole thing. All right.
Yeah. And of course that gets broken up by the hot cool girl comes over and starts. She's like, you don't want to talk to her. Stokely's a lesbian.
Oh yeah.
And then the blonde girl's just
Played
like,
by Jordana Brewster.
yeah.
Oh, so fine.
Yeah, she's got a great line where she says, in the scene where they got to do the, you know what? We'll save it for when we get there because that's just a fun moment.
Yeah, find it. Don't let us derail you. Don't let us derail you.
I got it all up
Go
here.
scene for scene.
I got it all up here.
It's your first time. It's fine. You know, you're allowed a little bit of mistakes.
But she says some.
Don't push your
Jesus
limits.
Christ.
Though.
Yeah.
But
No,
you-
yeah.
All right, shut the fuck up.
No one's judging you. It's okay. It's our
Yeah.
first time too.
Are we gonna fuck? Speaking of, she says a great line to her though, where she's like, "What are you, a lesbian too? If you're gonna hang out with this lesbian?" She's like, "Well, I don't think that runs in my family."
Oh yeah, I don't think lesbianism runs in my lineage.
But it's funny because like
It's exactly the line. I don't think lesbianism runs in my lineage.
now, but in hindsight, knowing that she's the alien all along, now you're
Yeah.
like, was she trying to be funny, or did she genuinely not understand how humans' sexuality
Probably,
works?
yeah.
I love the idea that there's just this alien that's like not in the DNA.
Yeah. I do partly like there is part of me like as I was watching this movie, I was like kind of on the alien side.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You're like,
Cause like sometimes there were better people. Like
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. The
like-
great line the coach has when he when the kid he's grappling with the issues of feeling like he wants to be more scholastic. You know, he's like, I want to get into college. I don't want to be the captain of the football team anymore. And then he goes to the coach who's now become this alien.
Yeah.
And he goes, I want to quit. And the coach is like, okay, it seems like that's what you
and then
want.
he's like, I thought you were gonna ring me out, and he was like, why would I do that?
What kind of human being would that make me?
Who would I be to stand in front of the human condition? It was like so. It's like so like. it's like what was interesting about that part was like it's so inhuman
Yeah.
while also being so kind.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like it's just like it's too kind. It was like too. You were too worried about his feelings.
Yeah. How did your
Does that make
coach take
sense?
it after you quit after 4 weeks?
Oh, they hated it. They were like, all right, pussy. And I was like, all right. All right. And then all the football players hated me for a week, dude. They'd be like, you gonna quit on us, Ray? And I was like, yeah, dog.
Oh, they learned your name?
Yeah, no, they learned my name. Well, because I was supposed to be, I think I was supposed to be like second or third string running back. And so like they were like the people were like kind of like because like I had like good steps and like the coach pointed it out at the practices and shit. And then like afterwards I was like, fuck this bullshit.
I would love to have seen an outtake where they make the coach still be the coach and he quits.
Yeah.
He just snaps the clipboard on his knee and then chokes that kid out.
You gonna quit on me? We're on this best fucking game of our lives, son of a bitch.
Okay, so after we've kind of been introduced to all these characters and you kind of start to get the vibe of who everybody is in the story, you know, you see the goth girl that's, you know, being a fake lesbian to be left alone. You see the new girl from the South, the hot mean girl. Her boyfriend is the quarterback for the football team. We got Josh Hartnett's character. He's the badass drug selling kid, you know, and of course the nerd Casey, right? Played by Elijah Wood. Once we've been introduced to all these characters, now we can kind of really get into the plot. And one of the things I really like about this movie is it just kind of keeps going. Like it doesn't give you a lot of downtime.
No. It's like scene for scene. Every scene is important and like pushes the plot forward. Yeah. It's great though. Like I had so much fun with this movie, dude. Yeah. And the sexual tension is palpable in this movie, dude.
What? Really?
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I feel like every other scene was like super like in it. I was like, dude, what the fuck, dude? It's a lot, you know? Yeah, Megan pointed it out too. She was just like, why is everyone so hot, dude? Yeah. Young Jon Stewart? Dude. Oof.
Okay. I was going to say fun facts, but we got to get one of them out of the way now. Yeah. You need to know about this because this is hilarious. And this is like peak corporate blending in the 90s. Yeah. There was product placement in this movie. Do you want to take a guess what it was?
No.
Sean, do you have any idea what kind of product placement might have been in this film? All the clothes in this movie worn by the main cast were from Tommy Hilfiger.
Tommy Hilfiger?
Tommy Hilfiger.
Was this before he said he hated black people?
He never said that, but it wasn't great. Yeah. This was around that same time, so I think this might have been part of that. We're cool.
No, we're cool.
Usher.
Yeah. Well, he didn't say he hated black people. He said he hated when black people wore his clothes.
Yeah, well, he didn't like. They were supposed to be classy clothes, not worn by thugs. I believe were his words. Yeah. But don't quote me on that. I'm sure you can, Sean, Google it. Just kidding. Don't.
Whoa, guys.
Don't.
What do you say exactly?
No, we don't need to know.
Tommy.
I mean, you can Google and find out if what he said exactly. But I'm like 99% sure he said that he doesn't like when black people were his.
I wish you didn't tell me this after I watched the movie. Now it's like I feel dirty. I shouldn't have watched it.
I mean, like, all right. Also, Tommy Hilfiger, like that was their fucking. The 90s was when Tommy Hilfiger was actually good. They haven't made good clothes in like years.
Yeah, that was
Tommy Hilfiger's trash.
So if anything,
Tommy Hilfiger's for Brazilian tourists.
Well, it's all right. Sorry. Well, starting to sound like Tommy Hilfiger now.
I used to work at Tommy Hilfiger during Black Friday.
I was also going to say, I mean, by his logic, maybe he was right. He's like, see, and things aren't going well.
Yeah.
No, it's total bullshit. He was upset that there were people wearing his clothes that were not like well-to-do upper class white people because that's what he wanted it to be.
Right.
And if you make something that's supposed to be a status symbol.
Yeah.
That everyone can access. You can't like be upset that people are wearing the clothes you made. It's absurd.
Can't be upset about the demographic you bring in, you know?
Yeah. So what makes this especially cringe though, for me, is not only is it product placement, which was, to be fair, pretty chill, because they had no point.
I didn't even notice.
They never mention it. They never go like these, these Hilfiger jeans are so nice. Like they don't do that.
I didn't notice.
Yeah.
Usually, I thought all their clothes were like red and blue.
Yeah. Right. Well, I mean, I guess that's Tommy Hilfiger colors, right?
Yeah.
A splash of yellow.
They always do that. Big. I thought you walk in a store, everything's like those colors.
Yeah.
What makes this especially cringe for me is they did a dual marketing thing where they were like, they let everybody know like, hey, the cast is wearing these clothes, right? But then the cast did a commercial for Tommy Hilfiger. They did a photo shoot spread, and I believe an actual television commercial too. I don't know if it ever went to air, but
that's so stupid.
Yeah, they did like in whatever magazine to promote this. They like let it be known that like
because the first thing I thought about when I saw Texas Chainsaw Massacre was, is that Ralph Lauren? Is that?
Is that a Brooks Brothers suit on that dead guy? Is that a head holding a Brooks Brothers tie?
Wait, hold on. Is Norman Bates wearing Hugo Boss?
That's so funny. Oh man, that's great.
Who are you wearing?
Someone else's face.
Yo. That's high fashion.
So Casey finds a weird bug on the football field while taking pictures and stuff. The coach, of course, is like, "What are you doing out here?" And he's like, "Nothing," and he pockets it. And luckily, he didn't let on, because he didn't know the coach was an alien. But if the coach had known that he was holding one of the little the things what is it? The little micro. I don't know what
just
to call
some
that.
sort of. There was the bug. It's what the aliens were.
Yeah, they were essentially like fertilizing.
The
Earth with them to become the hosts. But anyway, so he finds one of those. He brings it to his teacher, John Stort, and they all go, "Oh my god, what is this?" And then they accidentally spill some water on it, and then it makes it move. Then they're like, "Oh my god, it's actually alive." John Stort's like, "This doesn't exist, right? No one knows what this is. This is a new species. We gotta report this." So then they throw it into a fish tank. And it grows these giant like tentacle things, right? And then John Stort, a science teacher, goes, "Let me stick my hand in here." This is the dumbest shit.
Well, hold on. Here's what my gripe about, like, because like they do this in multiple 90s films where they're like, bring it to the science teacher. He's got degrees. It's like, okay, he's a science teacher.
Yeah, relax.
He's not a fucking scientist. There's a big fucking difference. And it's because they did it in
remedial biology.
Because they did this in Donnie Darko too. It was like he went to the science teacher like back in time, and it was like, what are you talking about? You know quantum physics? Why aren't you a professor?
You
know?
He looked at it for 20 seconds. He's like, "Nope, never seen it. Doesn't exist."
This is not a creature that is in.
I haven't seen it. Doesn't exist.
I don't think there's any degree on the planet that can make me go, that species doesn't exist. Watch it grow tentacles and then go, "I'm going to touch it." And then he sticks his hand in, and then it fucking bites him because, of course.
It's almost like he wasn't qualified in the first place.
Nah, he was just trying to fucking level up. He was like, time to become a real scientist.
Yeah.
He's talking about that grant money.
Another fun scene with the build up to let you know about the water issue and how like water keeps them alive, right? One of the teachers, or I don't know if it was a teacher or she's also an administrative person at the school, but she's the older lady who has now become a part of the faculty, right?
Yeah.
And from here on out, when we say the faculty, we do mean the aliens, because at this point, they've pretty much taken over damn near everybody who's in charge of anything, with the exception of Selma Hayek for now. That's coming up.
Selma Hayek.
Selma Hayek. How they made Selma Hayek not the hottest person in this movie? Like they had to try.
They had to tone her down. Because they were like, we need to make everyone else hot.
I think Robert Rodriguez had like just done Desperado with her, and he's like, it was too much. Everybody's too horny. We gotta put her
hot
in,
and too horny, and we're gonna put her in there now.
put her in layers.
Yeah.
You can't have her and Famke Jensen in dresses walking around. Anyway,
And Jordana Brewster.
Yeah. So
Jordana Brewster.
All right, relax.
Sorry.
So then, this will cool you down. They send in that old administrative lady or teacher or whoever she was, and she goes into the shower, and she's like, "Water, I need water." Well, the quarterback's taking a shower, and
Dude,
then
he took that weirdly.
Yeah,
he was like, "Come here."
He tried to comfort her, and then that fucking gnarly, just the hair just comes off in his hands. Oh,
dude, I feel like he was trying to fuck.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, until the scalp thing, but I don't think he was opposed to it.
I don't think he was opposed to it either.
And then they tell the kids it was cancer.
Yeah, they told the kids, yeah. They're like, yeah, that makes sense.
You're like, I don't think these aliens are that smart. They're very convincing, but they're not that smart.
No.
They're like, that's cancer. They're like, what cancer? What are you talking about? Chernobyl? What are you?
Yeah, maybe if it was AIDS, but what are you talking about, bro?
Not even the whole skin came off. That would be like radiation poisoning. Like,
well, also, I mean, AIDS would have made more sense because AIDS was very vague back in the 90s.
No, this is 98.
Information just didn't get around the same way it got around nowadays.
By 98, everybody knew what was up.
Oh, okay.
But anyway,
sorry, I wasn't around.
Yeah, way to bring it down, Sean.
Yeah, thanks, Sean.
Fuck.
So anyway,
who was a teacher that was like the meek like literature teacher? What was her name? I know her by Jean Grey because she was Jean Grey in the X-Men.
Jansen.
What was it?
Famke Jensen.
She's so fine, dude.
Which is actually the next scene where she tries to she notices Zeke, which is Josh Hartnett's character, and she notices him, selling porn out the back of his car. My man.
My dog.
My dog. Selling VHS tapes out of the trunk.
Fucking super senior this shit out, dude, selling porn.
And she comes over and she's like, you shouldn't be selling porn and drugs.
And he's like, you want some condoms?
Yeah. And she's like, instead of calling the cops, she's like, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
And I think maybe secretly she might have, like, you
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think that's because eventually she becomes the alien too, and then all of a sudden she's super hot and like
because they're like uninhibited now, right?
Yeah. So I think deeply she did kind of want to fuck.
I think Kevin Williamson's like teacher crush dream kind of came out in some of that.
Yeah. This is back in the 90s where like if a hot teacher wanted to fuck a student, like, fuck yeah, dude.
So Casey and Delilah is the Jordana, the hot girl, right? Hot, cool girl, whatever.
Yeah, Jordana.
Yeah. She, Jordana.
Aspiring reporter.
Yeah, aspiring reporter. Casey is the photographer. She's the reporter, right? So they get together to talk about what could possibly be going on because something is amiss. Something's wrong in the school.
Yep.
And they go and they're trying to like sneak through the faculty lounge and see what they can find. And they hear some people coming. They're like, oh no, we got to hide. And they go hide in the closet, right? And then next thing you know, the coach comes in, and the other administrative lady from the beginning of the movie, the two that killed the principal, and they come in and they're all like, oh man, she couldn't make it. She was too old. And then Selma Hayek's character comes in and she's like, hey, what's up with you guys? She's the last person who's not a fucking alien at this point.
Oh, yeah. But I also do want to talk about the flirting scene between Elijah Wood and Jordana's characters, where like he's just like, you're actually a really nice person when you're not being a fucking bitch.
And she's like,
are you flirting with me? I was like, no, what are you talking about? It was like so oddly written where it's just like, was this your high school experience? Because I could not have gotten away with saying that shit to like girls my age when I was his age.
I was flirting in the 90s.
And then they're in the closet as like they're like watching the like teachers like do their thing, and he like sniffs her hair, and then she like starts smiling, and it's just like that was creepy as fuck, dude. What do you mean? How did you like that?
Yeah, for sure.
So strange.
He did that?
Yeah, he sniffed her hair.
Oh fuck, that's cool.
Hell yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. She was into it. Fuck yeah, dude.
So then they notice, it's time. They're like, there's only one person left that's still a regular person. We gotta get her,
Mm-hmm.
And so the demise of the hot nurse.
A hot nurse. A hot sickly nurse.
Yeah. But in the middle of that, they notice that the corpse of the fucking old administrative lady or whoever is sitting in the fucking closet, and they freak out, and then they hear that, and they're like, oh no, somebody's here, right? So the little fucking coach alien and the other lady, they come over, they throw open the closet, and then they go, it's you, right? And they try to catch them, and they fucking break free, right? And they run. Okay.
That's when the principal shows back up.
That's when the principal shows back
And
up.
you're like, oh shit, the principal's now one of them too.
She's got her chest covered where she got stabbed with a massive pair of scissors.
Oh yeah. Selma Hayek. Before that, she got turned. She had one of my favorite lines in the movie.
Yeah.
Where she goes, she's like I think one of the characters pointed out. I think it was like Jon Stewart, who was just like, hey, you sound really sick. And she was like, I'll take my sick days when I'm feeling better. It was like such a, like, I it's like as someone in the workforce. Yeah, dude. You take your sick days, like, so you can fucking chill.
He actually says a line there too, where he says something like, he asks her out. And then she goes like, and then he goes, what does he say? He's like, oh, I'll just gouge my eyes out. And then later he gets fucking stabbed in the eye,
Oh, yeah.
Fun
I didn't even
stuff.
notice that.
This is one of my favorite parts. When the cops come to the school and everybody's like, no, it's not a corpse in the closet. And I feel like young kids, you might be like, hey, these kids are making this up. Teenagers, kids who are like 16, 17 years old, and they're like, there's a fucking dead body. And they're like, clearly it's a mannequin.
Yeah.
And then
she makes the joke too. She's just like, I can see how you thought that was Miss. And I was like, all right,
bitch.
Yeah. We all know it's a fucking corpse.
And then of course, one of the creepiest parts, when she goes, officer, can I speak to you alone? And then she takes him in the back and he comes out with that completely different face.
Yeah.
And it's like,
but there was also like a thud.
Yeah.
They all heard a thud.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then she goes, she got him. Or Casey leans over and goes, they got him, And then the principal's like, can I speak to you alone? She tries to pull the parents in. And then he goes, no. I'll go see the psychiatrist or whoever you want me to see so that he can get them out of there. And then classic.
But that part like reminded me the most of like The Thing. And that's when I was just like, oh, this like kind of like who's it, who's not it? Like, was like very much like, oh, this is the, and that's what I said. It's The Thing meets Boy Meets World.
Well, the thing that should really make you think of The Thing is what?
Go.
Were you waiting for that to hit?
What?
What'd you say about Boy Meets World? Say it again.
No, I said it's The Thing meets Boy Meets World.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that should make you.
Sorry. Go ahead.
The thing that should make you think of The Thing.
Yeah.
The most is the homage to The Thing they wrote into this film.
Yeah, the head thing.
The what?
The head.
Oh no! What that too though? It's a great part. But so
I didn't think about that.
So we gotta fast forward a little bit here. But the kids all kind of figure it out, right? And they gotta stab Jon Stewart through the eye, and they gotta escape the school.
Yeah.
And the football team is now all in on it, right? Everybody's after them, and then they all escape in Zeke's car, right? They fucking tear ass out of the school, and they go back to his little meth lab.
Yeah,
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 the thing that stopped the alien was drugs.
Yeah.
I fucking love that. That
So
was my
90s.
favorite scene.
So 90s.
Yeah, it was like The Thing if it was incompetent though, because that was ridiculous that they got past everyone, dude. I was like,
That's a good
Oh,
point.
yeah.
they
Yeah.
were like, dude, there was the whole school. Why didn't they just kill them?
Yeah.
That's true, too. Yeah,
Or they
could've just
literally
killed
all
Well,
him.
I'll
just
tell you
like-
why. Because they all got in that nice ass car and tore ass out of there. Who gonna catch them?
Yeah.
All the people that were between them in the car
All right.
was like casually walked past.
Well, so the thing that should make you think of The Thing, though, is once they get to the meth lab. I'm just gonna call it the meth lab because he was making meth.
He
That's
was
what
making
that
meth,
was for
yeah.
sure. There's boxes of like,
It was some type of upper.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, so they get there and they're all sitting around and they do the test, right?
Mm-hmm.
you got to see who's the Thing, right? So they all got to do the snort thing. It's just like the scene from The Thing.
Yeah.
And then, the blood test. And what they...
It's all starting to come together.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. There it is. The synapses firing over there.
Okay.
And so, of course, that great scene where
that's what synapses is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In your brain.
Yeah, this movie's like fucking The Thing meets Boys Meet World.
Oh, Jesus.
What'd you say?
You just did my bit.
But he said it wrong.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so they all
It was
got
hard
have you
because I
seen
said
Boys?
Thing meets Boy meets World.
I know, it's so hard to say.
Yeah, man, I can see how you struggle with that bit.
It was tough. It was tough. It's I don't know. I can't think of anything else besides Boy Meets World. It's the most 90s fucking like high school sitcom.
Yeah, it's like it's like the reverse Thing meets the reverse Signs because of the water. They like the water.
They like the water. Yeah.
Yeah, they do like the water.
Great call on that one.
Yeah.
So there's a great scene though when they all got to snort the drugs to prove that they're not the Thing. Jordana Brewster she's got a really funny line where she goes, that Beth, the Southern girl who's the alien the whole time. She goes, "Oh, I can't. I'm allergic, Zeke." And then Jordana goes, she goes, "Yeah, and I'm she goes, "Yeah, and I speak Portuguese. So what?" And it's supposed to be a joke. She's half Brazilian in real life. Yeah. She speaks Portuguese. That's just a fun little, But the great part of this scene though is the misdirect they do for the audience when you don't know that Beth is the Thing, right? And so Jordana takes it and she's like, and she's all freaking out and the things are crawling all around her face, and that gives just enough time for Beth the thing they show later where she like slips the bottom open, and it all pours out. So a great sequence there where they're able to kind of like let you know how they were able to,
hide it.
Yeah, hide it that well. And it's really cool how Beth, it's an odd choice, but it's also like a cool idea to think that like this queen who's in charge of this whole thing is like somehow attached herself to these people. She's like, these are the people who won't conform easily. So I'm going to pretend to be with them. And I think there could be a lot to said about this on a deeper level. I don't know that they were going for this in the film, but a lot of times they do this with like grassroots movements, like political things, stuff like that. They'll usually have somebody either from the start or early on who is embedded with them, who's kind of helping to guide and direct things the way that they want. So a lot of times people, you think you're fighting the power, but the power's there with you. That's a little bit deeper and unnecessary for this podcast, but it's historically been accurate. They even had people in the Black Panthers back in the day that were undercovers. I mean, there's never been a single movement that wasn't co-opted by the powers that be. So there's no hope.
Yeah, I just keep like thinking about like Trump in a sombrero being like, "So when are we crossing the border?"
I'm very Mexican. Best place I've ever been.
I'm the most Mexican person you've ever met. It's so stupid.
Oh, so great. So anyway, let's see. This is my first time going through the list. I think we're almost done here, though. Oh yeah. So Delilah escapes. Right. She's able to sneak out and take off. There's actually a car waiting for her. So it means they're able to communicate in some way. I don't think they say in the movie, but somehow they're all, maybe there's like a hive mind thing going on.
Yeah, I think they did say there was a hive mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they actually even reference the Invasion of the Body Snatchers thing in this, where they're like, "Oh, is it like that?" And it's funny, Kevin Williamson talking about it. He goes, "It's kind of like Invasion of the Body Snatchers," and you're like, "No, this is Invasion of the Body." I mean, they put a twist on it, but it is. Oh, and then this fucking great scene where the alien football team, the aliens who've taken over this town, they still go play football.
Well, they use that opportunity to turn the players though,
right,
from the other school.
But it's just funny because it's like you wouldn't necessarily need to do that.
Right.
they still like choose to go play football, which is like, oh, that's good for them, you know?
Oh yeah.
Good for the aliens, you know, having a little fun.
Okay, well, and that's kind of like the point that I was like kind of like making before, where it's like, the aliens aren't trying to not be people.
Yeah.
They're being better people.
They're being good people.
Yeah. They're like, yeah, this is what people do. We're gonna do it.
Also, I don't know what high school football game has pyro, but they had. Maybe I don't remember.
Pyro.
There's a pyro show. There's
Like there is.
Not just like fireworks. There's like straight up like flames and shit. And
Well, it's a football town.
Yeah, but even in Texas, that feels dangerous, right?
Oh, probably not.
Oh, maybe.
Texas.
Yeah,
it'd be Texas if anyone, but I don't.
Yeah,
Texas or Florida.
Yeah. So they've now got it in their minds that it's the principal. They got to stop the principal. She's the queen, right? And I guess that makes sense from a student, you know, from like a teenager's point of view.
They did not go about that in any way, shape, or form that was effective at all.
Not even kind of.
At all.
So funny. They go and they kill her, and then they're like.
They're like, snort this,
Yeah.
and she's like, no, and then Zeke's like, fuck this, and then shoots her in the fucking head.
Yeah. Oh, and then great little giveaway there for if you hadn't figured it out yet in the movie. Beth takes the drugs off him and throws them all on her, and then wastes the entire supply.
Oh,
so there's no more.
does.
Yeah. So and then they're all like, "What the fuck?" Like she's like, and she makes it. You know, she sells it really well. Like, "Oh, I'm trying to end this." You know, because she knows she's like, "It's fucking me." You know.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
But the thing they do that's so fucking ridiculous is they're like, well, she's dead now. We won, but we got to make sure. And so they send out the star quarterback to go check with the football team to make sure they're not all aliens. And the way that he does this in the most stealthy way possible is runs directly up to their faces. While they're all standing out on the football field in a V formation, like a bunch of
rain.
In the pouring rain, like a bunch of brainwashed people.
Yeah.
And he runs up to them. He's like, "Coach," and they're all standing there looking up at the sky like this, and then their faces are open so they can absorb all the rain. And you're like, I don't know, man. If it's pouring rain and there's 30 people standing still on a football field, you're like, something's wrong with those people.
Yeah.
You already know it's not over. Anyway, they don't show.
You know, Zach's seen him do that like 30 times.
Oh, yeah. Fun fact about this movie, when I was in middle school, the summer of 8th grade, I believe it was, my dad had married a woman with a horse ranch, and she lived out in the middle of nowhere, and they only had a satellite, and sometimes they just wouldn't pay for their satellite fee, and they'd turn off the satellite, so there'd be no cable. There was no, like, it was just middle of nowhere, so it was just a box of VHS tapes, and there was like a Carlin stand-up, Black Beauty, and The Faculty, or like the three movies
Rank them.
that I just, okay.
Rank them?
Yeah. The Faculty, Carlin, The Faculty, Black Beauty only because it was there. I do not.
It'd be wild if he was like Black Beauty.
Yeah.
And then he
know
like
what Black
pulled up his
Beauty
shirt
is.
and he had like a tattoo of it. I was like, holy shit.
It's a porn.
I did not know this was like a fucking character trait of yours, dude. Jesus.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'm really into Black Beauty.
So Stan, the star quarterback, he runs back to his friends and he's like, "You got to let me back in." And they're like, No. We need you to take this stuff. He's like, "I'll take it when I get in. Just let me in." And he tries to convince his way up, but they're too smart for it. They're like, "No, don't do it. You got to take the thing." So they slide the drugs under, and he looks right at him. That fucking face, dude.
He's like,
when he
pours it.
Doesn't break eye contact, just stares right at him while he pours it out and smirking. You're like, oof.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an alien right there. That shit was dope. That was such a. I remember being like in 8th grade watching that, just like, oh my god, dude, so fucking sick.
Oh my, they got him.
So they try to make a run for it. They try to get to Zeke's car, and they use Casey as bait. And they're like,
oh, I love this scene. I love this scene so much. Oh my
Go ahead,
god.
tell them about the scene.
So like, okay, so like, it's fucking sexual tension across the board. Like just both in Elijah Wood's character and Zeke.
Yeah.
Like he's just like she gets in the car, the Jean Grey is basically like offering him alien roadhead. And he's like, no. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. If I was either of these characters, I would have folded.
Sounds like a great ska band.
Folded so hard.
Alien Roadhead.
Alien Roadhead does sound like it. We're Alien Roadhead. But yeah, so yeah, I would have folded if I was these guys. Because like first of all, Jordana Brewster's like, come on, be with me. Yeah. And I'll like as she's like doing that to Elijah Wood, I'm just like, dog, give up.
Yeah.
Give up. But they're the last two, so they can't. Yeah. You know? And then like the hot teacher who was Jean Grey. What was her name again? I keep forgetting her name. Boston, the thing. And it's like clearly like she like kind of like leans over his lap too. Like it was just like, oh, I get what you guys are doing here.
Yeah.
And then she gets her head chopped off in an accident because he like slams into the bus while they're driving. And then her head comes off and they do the little thing.
So sick.
And it was like so funny because they're like hinting at Roadhead, and then all that's left is her head.
Yeah, on the road.
On the road?
Yeah.
Oh, it was great.
And it grows tentacles, and fucking it's walking around, and then her body's walking around. Oh, yeah. Dude, so sick.
I would have still folded. I would have still folded, dog. I was like, this, yeah, I'm fine with this.
Man, she's got like fucking mouth strings and shit.
I did. All right.
You know, when they got wiring in their mouths.
And you know, when Casey...
you're not selling this for me.
When Casey has to jump into the school bus to try and like get away from all the football players chasing him and everything, and then he runs into Jordana Brewster, so he's got his, real crazy moment there, like that sexual tension where she's like, it's so much better on this side.
Much better.
But that when that football player, the way he breaks into the bus, how he just fucking headbutts to the back window. That shit was sick, dude. And now
I would have been like, especially if that was like 15-year-old Ray.
Yeah.
I would have been like, all right, but like I'll become an alien, but we gotta fuck first. That's so stupid, dude.
And now back in the gym, waiting for, I guess, them to drive the car up. I don't know what the plan for them was. They're like, the two of you wait here,
Yeah.
So they're in there waiting. It's Stokely and Mary Beth, right? And they're hanging out. And as they're talking, the conversation starts at first it starts like like it's soothing, like she's like trying to like connect more with Stokely, like Mary Beth's like trying to be like, I also feel like the outcast and all that, that sort of continued conversation from when they first met in the movie. But then it starts to turn and it starts to sound a little more like she's like, come over to this side. And then that's when the reveal comes, It's been Mary Beth the whole time.
Yep, Southern white woman was the villain the entire time.
Motherfucker.
Whoa.
Also,
I knew it. I saw it coming.
It should be. Everyone should be reminded that at this point they've now done meth twice.
Yeah, dude.
Okay. Anyway, at this point we now know that Mary Beth is the thing. She's the alien. The whole time she's been the queen. She's
the queen,
orchestrating this all from inside.
Queen Bee.
And she's been keeping these kids busy. Really, if you think about it, I mean,
trust Southern white women.
Can't trust them. Can't trust these hoes.
Can't trust these hoes. They seem nice and they talk to y'all lovely and they're very cute, but then they judge you for doing your eyebrows. So.
Okay. Man, you got some stuff to work out. Oh, that's what I was going to say. At this point, if you guys are keeping count, they've now done meth twice in like a 4-hour period.
I don't think it's meth, but it's close
It's fucking meth.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
It's what he's making. Remember they show the medicine boxes that he's
they were caffeine pills.
Yeah. Yeah, he's making speed.
Okay, well, that's a different drug.
Fair enough.
So,
he did this when we were watching the movie. I was like, it's not the same thing.
Shut the fuck up.
This is, I'm Mr. Sober. I don't do drugs. So I'm just going to fucking throw it all in one generalization.
I know what meth is.
He's not Mr. Sober. I've seen him drink Starbucks.
That's true. You do drink caffeine.
Jesus Christ. So anyway, the kids are all yacked
You're
up.
gonna admit that you're wrong about drugs? You gonna admit it?
You meth head,
You
man.
gonna admit that you're a part of the problem? Sorry.
You gotta let them get one good one in an episode where they just fucking ruin it.
Oh, fuck, dude. I just had too much meth.
Fuck you.
I just drank some Celsius beer.
All right. So the kids are all yacked up now. There's only 3 of them left that are not aliens at this point. And now the queen is after Stokely. But who comes in to save the day? Casey, right? They go run and they got to get away from the queen. They're running, but she gets Stokely. She gets her in the pool.
No.
Oh, dude, that was such a cool scene
Dude,
where it jumps
so
into the water and like chases them. I was like,
so
this is
sick.
dope.
Yeah. And you think that Casey has saved Stokely.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, yes, she got away. But of course, in that little bit of time that she was in the water with her, she fucking got her.
Yup.
You know.
Yup. She was like, I'm gonna make you a lesbian.
That was ridiculous, honestly. It was like, bro, what the fuck? You're a giant freaking alien fish. For 1 second, if she escaped, then she's so incompetent as their leader.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
a great point. Yeah.
You know, when I saw she did turn, I was like, okay, good. Because like if I was one of the aliens, I wouldn't respect my leader. I'd be like, I'd start questioning the hierarchy of this organization.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd be like, yeah, the rest of us are out here doing the work of like turning everybody into your slaves.
And well, you're
You're
been
just
hanging
hanging out?
around.
Yeah,
You've been
you're just-
hanging out with these four.
You're just hanging out with these drug addicts.
Yeah.
She was alone with the drug addict guy.
Yeah.
Could have easily got him a
yeah.
while ago.
Oh, she was. Yeah.
But she she was like, I just like hanging out with them.
Yeah.
I said, bro, fucking dude, come on.
She's like, I'll be honest with you guys. This was. I just been doing this for friendship the whole time.
Sometimes you get tired of taking over just whole planets.
Man.
Sometimes you just want to watch a football game with your friends.
I just thought you guys were cool.
Sometimes I feel like the alien.
I get it, but it's like, dude, discipline.
Yeah.
So quick thinking on Casey's part. They get Stokely into the cage there. Zeke is trying to help. He's back in the gym, you know, and he's trying to help, but he gets knocked out from all the shit getting knocked over from giant alien lady. But when she comes out of the pool, just titties out, completely naked.
Oh yeah.
Just nice throwback to some 80s horror, you know, like
Species.
yeah,
I
just
think it's a reference to Species.
absolutely, yeah. Just when you thought the titties weren't going to be in horror movies anymore, bam, they got you.
Boom. Gotcha.
Boom, got you.
And again, the teenager doesn't act like a teenager and goes, "Why are you naked, bitch? What are you asking questions for?" You asking?
But it is pretty funny to be butt ass naked and be like, "I'm not an alien. He is."
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know. You're the one standing there naked for some reason.
Yeah. Back to 17-year-old Ray, I would have not said anything.
Oh, you would have been turned so quick.
Oh yeah, it would have been so done, dude. It would have been so done. All it took was a girl like touching my shoulder once, and I would have been like, I want to be an alien.
Like, is
I
there
want to
an
be one of
alien?
you guys.
Is there an alien? I don't know, but he definitely came.
Yeah. The aliens, don't even turn me. They're like, yeah, we kind of don't even want to turn him.
He's fine.
He's fine.
Then you have the big showdown where she's trying to catch Casey, but Casey comes up with a plan, right? The nerd is going to get his revenge. He jumps in behind the bleachers, but before he does, pounds that little button that lets the bleachers close, right?
Oh my God, I love this scene so much.
It's fucking great.
I thought about that as a kid so much because like our gymnasium had that back in when I was a kid in New Jersey.
Yeah.
They had the bleachers that closed like that. They weren't push of a button though. You had to push them in.
Yeah.
But also every time I saw that, I was just like, what if somebody was behind that?
Yeah.
And like that was just like, oh, what a way to just like really get in my childhood fears.
Yeah.
You know?
And this is a testament to
great.
Kevin Williamson's like memory of like being in school and then working that into scripts, you know, like
so fucking good.
Yeah.
Like so brilliant, dude.
And of course, Casey makes the run through the bleachers with the alien chasing after. And and is victorious in the end. Even if he technically is implanted at one point, right? He gets them in his face.
Yeah,
because even
a
though
bunch
the
of
bleachers,
them too.
Yeah, because the bleachers are crushing him, but the creature is able to spit a bunch of them onto him, and he's like, ah, right. So actually, at the end of this movie, the only person who never got infected is Zeke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zeke never got infected.
And he was more than happy to prove to everyone he's just
Yeah, Zeke was brilliant.
popping that caffeine snort. So
Yeah, Zeke was just, here's the thing.
yeah.
Zeke was a kid the entire time.
Yeah.
He was a kid who didn't apply himself. He was brilliant, but didn't apply himself. He had ADHD.
And
That's why he was slinging caffeine pills.
yeah.
Because he was like, these make me focus for some
But if he
reason.
had applied
So
himself,
he said he didn't use his own product.
that's true. That's true.
Oh, yeah. If he did, he would have been like a straight A student.
Mm-hmm.
Now, but here's the thing: if he did apply himself and did everything right, then he wouldn't have been there to save the day with his drugs. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Which, that's the lesson of the movie, right?
Yeah.
Legalize drugs.
No.
Maybe that's not it.
Just saying, would have helped Zeke. Helps them.
Sean? Do you think you could have made that run
Let
through
me
the bleachers?
do math.
All right. Sean, do you think you could have made the bleacher run?
Yeah. This happened to me. This movie happened to me in my high school.
You did a bleacher run?
Yeah, against an alien.
No shit.
No.
What did the alien look like?
There was the thing. Well, there was only a couple. I stopped it early on before they turned half the school. I was like, you got to kill him quick. I used a dehumidifier.
Sean, did you kill people?
What?
It was just a bunch of like migrants.
They were white women.
Sean's just a serial killer.
Nah. Nah. They were aliens.
Yeah. From Europe.
Well, at the end of the movie,
Polish.
at the end of the movie, everything's set back to normal except for quite a few people who got straight up murdered,
Yeah.
which they don't acknowledge or
Yeah, the
talk
principal.
about really. Yeah.
She died.
Yeah, they killed her.
Oh yeah, she
Was she
shot
the
in the
only one?
fucking head and then
Shot
melted.
in the head and then like her fucking face melted.
Yeah.
John Stewart had an eye patch.
So they did work in some fun stuff for post credits. John Stewart's got his eye patch and where his fingers got chopped off during the fight. Because the quick thinking of Zeke when he ripped off the slicer for the paper cutter, tore that off. That was pretty dope.
Yeah.
I remember ever since I was a kid, I saw that. I was like, that's fucking sick. I want to.
Yeah, but also
wanna do
a
that.
thing that I thought about when I was a kid so much was like, what if I put my fingers there?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
John Stewart is seen with his hand bandaged and eye patch at the end. So he returns to normal, just missing some digits and an eyeball. But possibly the funniest one is Zeke and the teacher are like clearly an item. He's like playing football. He's on the football team
Oh, yeah.
later in the year,
Yeah.
right?
And she's like looking at him like,
Yeah. And everybody's totally cool with it.
everybody's so fine with it.
She's on the
Everyone's
bleachers.
so fine with it. She's a fucking predator. The
Yeah.
entire movie, dude. She's a fucking predator.
Now, well, he is an adult because he got held back.
You shouldn't be allowed to play football.
He should, yeah, he should be allowed to play. I also thought about that too. I was just like, why is he playing? He's a grown ass man playing with like 17-year-olds.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he's a grown ass man, but also she's still a predator.
Well,
I mean, just the dynamic.
It's a power dynamic.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's like, yeah, it's like kind of a not okay situation. She's probably like 38.
the 90s. Well, there's a fun thing they do there.
No.
End, though.
If it's a guy, the girls get him arrested. If it's a woman,
Make him the star of the football team.
make him the star of the football team.
They do a fun thing with that
90s
character.
was fun.
Yeah. They do a fun thing with that character. If you notice, when she's sitting on the bleachers watching him play football and she gives him a little wave, she's got a scarf around her neck because she was decapitated,
Oh, that's right.
but her head fucking crawled back on its body.
It did. I wonder if she still remembers that.
Yeah, I don't know how the memory thing works with the alien thing.
Yeah.
Because there is
Did
a
no
one
one
part.
acknowledge it?
What?
They
Did
don't.
no one acknowledge
Yeah,
it?
they don't really talk about
Well,
it.
there's the one part where Jordana Brewster has snorted the not meth
Mm-hmm.
in the scene with the thing, right? So she snorts it, and then those things are like running around her face, but her total expression changes. She looks at them and she's like, "Help me!" Like it seems like she's herself for a minute, and they're running around. They're not controlling her anymore. Like getting a little bit of it in her, like shook them up, and they're just running around inside her. So there is a moment of like how does this all actually function? You know, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Or she could have just been doing it as a ruse to get them to
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, Jordana.
Jordana. Stokely and what's his name? The football guy. The two of them, they get to become an item. Stan, yeah. Stokely and Stan get to be an item at the end there.
Yeah, they
That's
did the
real
little
cute.
kiss before he
Sounds
turned.
like a publishing company.
Stan and Stokely.
Stan and Stokely? That does sound like a publishing company.
And of course the part that it feels like Elijah Wood said, "Put this in the movie or I won't do it." He winds up with Delilah, Jordana Brewster.
Yeah. You know what this movie made me think though?
What's
Especially like his role. He was like this nerdy photographer. At the end, he's like got all these like magazines of him being a hero. Elijah Wood would make a fantastic Peter Parker.
Oh yeah.
He would make such a good fucking Spider-Man, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
Why have we not done this?
Yeah. Well, he's too old now, but
Well, I mean, get him as an older Spider-Man.
okay.
These characters don't fucking age. I don't give a shit.
Okay.
Throw a lie. Give this man everything. He's fucking. What was the dog show that he did?
Wilfred.
Oh, yeah, that was a great
Wolford
show.
is fucking
Yeah.
fantastic.
You boys ready for a couple of fun facts?
Let's do it.
Okay, a couple of fun facts. The girl with the nose ring in the beginning of the movie, when they're introducing all the teens, right? They're like, here's the kids, and they're like Casey and Stokely, and they're doing all the names.
Yeah.
When Mary Beth walks up to this one girl, like a Hispanic girl, she's got the nose ring with the chain,
And she's
for
like,
the ear.
it brings out your eyes.
Yeah, she's that's actually Tina Rodriguez. It's Robert Rodriguez's sister.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
So they dressed her up a little bit, you know,
Yeah.
gave her a part.
He was like, "Hey, you look like a bitch. You want to do this scene?"
So when Zeke sells those kids drugs in the bathroom, and those kids come back to him later as aliens, and they're like, got any more? You got any more? And they're
give
like
us
trying
all
to,
your whole thing.
right.
Yeah.
They're trying to get rid of it, right? Because
Yeah.
they know it's going to kill him. So Danny Masterson is one of those kids.
Mhm.
The other kid doesn't matter. He's not famous and didn't do anything wrong that we know of.
Yeah, I'm almost more interested in him though.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's his story?
Yeah.
We can deep dive later on that.
Sure, I'll do it.
Those characters, okay. Those characters are called Fuck Up 1 and 2. And Danny Masterson is Fuck Up number 1.
Oh yeah, he would be.
Oh man. If only he had been paying attention, you know?
Yeah.
Oops. There's a hilarious sign. So, you know, they got the homecoming game is like sort of the build up that's going on, right? It's like the big the big moment that's coming, right, for the football game and everything.
Yeah.
So when you see all the cars in the parking lot, that's like everybody's got like the paint on their cars and stuff, the like rah, you know, like our team, whatever the fuck. There's a car in the parking lot. It says, because they're the Hornets, and it says Miso Hornet. On one of the cars.
Yeah, dude. Oh yeah, the '90s, baby.
Man, 90s, baby.
Fucking '90s, back where you could just get away with anything.
Wait, so at that point though, an alien wrote that, right?
No, that was before.
Yeah, that was before.
Yeah. Or, you know, maybe an alien, you know, was trying to have some fun. You never know. Let them have fun.
They're learning our culture.
Clea Duvall, the girl who played Stokely, who gets accused of being a lesbian / pretends to be a
Was
lesbian.
she in The Craft?
No, let's not do this.
Wrong guy.
Remember I mixed up the craft people before
Yeah,
we
yeah.
talk about it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was right about the one girl being in The Craft, and she was.
what an idiot.
Is a Scream girl? She was the final girl from Scream. She was in, right? Or,
No.
am I misremembering this?
Yep.
Dude, don't ruin it. You were ahead.
Anyway,
No, I think I'm still right.
so
I think I'm still right.
she's a lesbian in real life. So
Oh,
she was
nice.
a lesbian pretending to be a straight girl who was pretending to be a lesbian.
Oh, shit.
No.
So that's the magic of
right,
acting.
relax.
Yeah, it's
Christian
like gay Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic
And
Thunder.
Tropic Thunder. Yeah. Let's see. There's a little bit of a giveaway for a little bit of symbology going on in the gym when it's just Stokely and Mary Beth, and they're sitting there, and the streamers are all hanging down over them, and it looks like tentacles, and they're all hanging right over Mary Beth, and they're waving, and it's creating these shadows. And remember when she walks by the pool to chase them, as she's walking as a human, the shadow is showing
shadows,
tentacles. So it's a very similar look. So that's a fun little thing they threw in there just to make you go, eh.
Dude, this was a great movie.
It really is, man.
I had so much fun with this movie. I like when you put it on the list, I was just Faculty. I was like, what the fuck what is B-list bullshit that Zach keeps pushing down our throats? And then I watched it and I was like, this is fucking amazing, dude. This is it's like such a fun watch. And like I do recommend this to anybody who hasn't seen it. It's so fucking good.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that like slips under the radar when you think of horror because it is more like it feels more sci-fi, but it's sci-fi horror. Yeah. So the character name, Dr. Edward Furlong, is John Stewart's character name.
Yeah.
Right? Edward Furlong is the name of the kid, the actual actor who played the kid in Terminator 2. Who the T-1000 chases throughout the movie and is like the villain of.
Oh.
Isn't that just like a fun little like it's such a weird thing for Kevin Williamson to be like naming characters.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he knew that ahead of time that they were going to cast that guy. I think he wrote Edward Furlong without even thinking about the fact that that's an actor's name who was the kid from Terminator 2.
Yeah.
And then they wound up casting the T-1000.
Yeah.
Like, that's so crazy.
I love his line when he's talking to Elijah Wood where he's just like, he's like, yeah, you look like you're pretty quick. He goes, I don't believe it. No, he's like, do you play sports? And he's like, I don't believe in sports. I don't believe in running unless you're being chased.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, no.
And you're like, oh, no.
That doesn't seem cool.
How about you play football? It's a lot of chasing.
So last thing. Yeah, I know. Weird thing for a person to say. Are you
Weird
a
thing
person?
for an adult to say to a child.
So this I did not know until, because I consider myself to be an expert on 90s music.
Yeah.
I was growing up during the 90s, so of course
God,
to me
here
it's
we
like,
fucking go.
wow. Dude, this is crazy, this soundtrack. So for this film, they created like a super group called Class of 99. And it wasn't like a touring band or anything, but they...
Wait, for this movie?
For this movie.
What the fuck, dude? What is the marketing in this movie?
Get this... Dude, this is...
How did I not hear about this movie with the marketing? Like,
it's insane.
Jesus Christ.
It's insane. So these are the people who were in Class of 99. Lane Staley from Alice in Chains was the singer. So when you hear that cover of... Another Brick in the Wall Part 2, and they're like, we don't need no education. And it sounds just like this crazy cover.
Leave these kids alone.
So Lane Staley's the lead singer in that. Tom Morello from fucking...
Tom Morello,
from
dude?
Rage Against the Machine is playing guitar. Let's see. Stephen Perkins from Jane's Addiction. I think it's the bassist from Porno for Pyros. Matt... Serletic, I think is his name, from Collective Soul. I mean, dude, it's insane. Like there's this super group of like the most talented people from like 5 different bands got together just to make covers of Alice Cooper songs. Oh
my God. I'm so like, well, if I ever meet Tom Morello, I'm gonna be like, you remember Faculty? Just blow his fucking mind, dude.
Oh, and
I love Tom Morello. Tom Morello is he's my favorite guitarist of all time.
Oh, he's amazing.
Yeah.
And this whole main cast did the music video for this too. The whole main cast did the music video. They had them like lip sync and stuff.
Yeah.
Music video?
Yeah. Because they did a music video which is crazy. They did a music video for a band that doesn't exist for a movie that was coming out.
Yeah.
It was not needed at all.
And then of course,
Was it good? Did you watch it?
What?
Music video?
No.
Oh, I'll watch it after. Don't worry.
Okay.
Because that's like also like peak Rage Against the Machines was 90s.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
That's like real fucking hardcore anti-establishment Rage Against Machines.
Yeah.
And like, let's do this supergroup for this movie. What an interesting fucking.
This you guys won't know this reference, but there's Stabbing Westward is like he was like a huge band in the 90s, and they do a cover of 18.
Yeah.
They do a cover.
Yeah, I don't know if that's getting picked up. We'll find out.
That's fine. They do a cover of that song. That's Alice Cooper album. 18. Yeah.
Wait, what? They covered an Alice Cooper song.
Yeah.
When they made a supergroup with the front man for Alice Cooper, why didn't they just get them to do it?
The front man from Alice in Chains.
Alice in Chains. That's
I'm
a different band.
No. Fuck you guys. I got mixed up.
Fuck you guys. I'm tired.
Wait, so Alice Cooper wasn't in Alice in Chains?
No. He was in Alice
He's
Cooper.
mocking me.
All right.
You don't know. What if I was being genuine?
I'm seething. Oh
my God. All right. So let's go ahead and wrap up with our usual. We're going to do first and foremost. Do we do budget and box office first usually? I think we do, right? And we finish with Rotten Tomatoes.
I think so, yeah. Budget box office.
So how much do you think it costs to make The Faculty, boys?
dude.
Ooh. There's some good effects in this. This is back where CGI wasn't really all that, it was being used to some degrees, but like
I would say
imagine it was pretty
9.5
expensive.
million.
What?
9.5 million?
9.5? Okay.
No.
What do you think?
I'm thinking like 25 million.
Okay.
This was under the radar. Not a lot of people knew about this.
The fucking marketing alone sounds nuts, dude. What?
Yeah, the marketing's crazy.
Yeah, I'm going 30 million.
I think I know some shrewd marketing guys. They'd be able to cut costs. I'll go 22 million is what it made.
Million? Okay, 30 million, 22 million?
Yeah.
$15 million.
Ooh.
Is how much it made?
That's insane.
I convinced you to overshoot it.
It's almost like they had a cookie cutter formula for the 90s.
Wait, how much was the budget?
15.
15.
Every time we talk about the 90s, it's $15 million. Scream,
wild.
$15 million. I know what you did last summer. 15, like all these 90s films, it's like they said, what is the number we can use to get this amount of money out of the public and give it to these people who are talented? Like it seemed like so how much do you think it made?
Oh, I gave both already. I didn't change my 9.5. That's what I was saying. 22 on.
Oh, so 9.5 was your budget.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you overshot. I overshot it. You undershot it.
Yeah.
Kind of meet in the middle, kind of ish.
9.5 would be closer to 15 million than 30.
All right, you know what?
Thank God I was going to hit my dog if I was wrong.
Sorry, I didn't mean to count.
No,
Well, thanks for.
All right, here's your chance to redeem yourself. He already guessed box office and it's locked in.
Dude, I don't know. 40 million?
What did you say, Sean? 22. You're saying 40 million?
40 million.
On the fucking dot, baby.
Really?
Damn, good shit.
Fuck yeah,
Respect.
dude.
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Respect.
40 million on the dot.
I had no confidence in that either.
All right, so you're 1-1 on budget and box office.
Rotten Tomatoes.
Let's do it.
Can I just say both right now?
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
know it.
Go ahead.
The audience, they loved this for some reason. It was probably like an 87.
Okay.
And the critics saw through the bullshit. It was a 68.
I'm going to go 65 on critics, and then I'm going to go 75 on audience.
What did you say, critics? 65?
65, yeah.
65. Okay.
And 75 on audience.
Well, boys, sometimes things don't pan out,
It was way lower.
and sometimes
really-
sometimes you need a couple of decades so people can truly appreciate art.
I was going off of his numbers, so to be honest.
Well, you guys were
Man,
pretty close, and
He's been getting really good on it.
58 critics,
I was pretty close on that.
57 audience,
Ooh.
almost dead on.
Yeah,
And
that's pretty good.
I think a big part of that is because they tried to market this movie like a sci-fi suspense thriller and not put it in the horror genre. They were trying to kind of distance themselves from horror.
Fools.
And this is what they get for trying to distance themselves from a bunch of horror movies that you reference in this, and you're kind of satirizing.
I mean, also they're kind of not wrong because like I've been like looking at like recently like audience scores on like most popular horror movies, and it's just like, yeah, they're really bad. They're really off. Like I looked at Insidious, and like this Insidious is like one of the fucking most popular like horror franchises right now, dude. And, like first movie came out in 2010. It's been like a decade. They've been like one of the more popular ones.
Yeah,
68% on Rotten Tomatoes. You can tell me 68% got them a fucking Halloween Horror Nights haunted house? Bullshit, dude.
Well, I think this can be a great lesson to people, though, right? They did all this marketing to try and get people to go see the movie, right? Because they spent the money. You need to get people into. You need asses in seats, sure. But you tried to market yourself like you weren't a horror movie, and you're like a teen suspense thriller,
right?
Sci-fi thing, but you were a horror movie all along.
Yeah.
And so you tricked a bunch of people into come and see something they didn't expect to see,
right?
And now you got all these people who are like, "Oops." I think that's like, just okay.
Yeah. I think I would say I for like horror, like especially like when the rating system is a lose-lose situation.
Right.
Because like your intention is to scare people, but if you scare them too much, they're going to be like, I didn't like this movie.
How'd you know? No,
it scared me. It's like, that's the point. That's the point.
Yeah, dummies.
Fucking idiot. 6 out of 10. What do you mean?
Cry?
Well, boys.
What are you going to cry?
You're going to cry, little baby.
Hereditary was a 7 out of 10 because it made me sad. Yeah, that's the movie's about generational trauma.
Sorry.
I didn't like when the mom slammed her head against the ceiling.
Anyway.
It was too much for me to take.
That's our...
Grow up.
Yeah.
Grow up.
Fuck.
You good, Doug?
Yeah, sorry.
Well, that's part one of the faculty. That's part one of our episode of the faculty versus freaky.
No,
so
not already. Oh no! I'm so scared. What do I do now? The episode's ending. A cliffhanger. Oh, what if we fall? Oh.
what if we fall?
Get over it.
Watch the next episode.
Yeah.
Man up.
Part two, we'll be covering Freaky from 2020 with Vince Vaughn.
You've never done an episode in 2 parts. Oh no,
Change scares me. Oh.
It's so sad. Adapt.
Yeah.
Adapt.
And
Like
overcome.
Bruce Lee said, be like water.
Yeah.
Do the Asian accent.
Do it.
No, I'm not going to do it.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us. See you next week for part 2.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right, let's take a break.
Swallow this.